Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour proudly presents Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
All right, now we're post Masters, post Heritage, and we're into our
recovering.
Well, I'd say recovering, but this is my favorite month, and we'll get into why. But this us being able to do this podcast has, and we've talked about it all. We talk about it all the time. We get to talk to people all over the country, and we get to talk about the fun stuff, the golf, and those types of things, and what the tour means to us, and what it means to the players, and that sort of thing. But May is Military Appreciation Month, and we only have our active duty and veterans on as guests, and we highlight them and their service and them playing on the tour. So that to me is why this is my favorite month.
No, I agree. We talk about it. I didn't serve. I wasn't in the military or anything, but I enjoy hearing the stories. And, as everybody understands, we have off-air conversations too. And those stories are cool too. So, I love just talking to people. We've had a lot of people on here from all works of life, active, retired, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun because... yes, we talk a little bit of golf, but it's not everything we're talking about. And for 1 month, 2 episodes out of the year, we're able to kind of put golf aside and show recognition to where it's deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. And, so we've got 2 good guests, really good guests this episode, obviously. But if you're listening and you're a veteran, you want to talk about your story, your service, love to have you on. Just shoot us an email, and we'll get you in the fold.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm excited for our first guest though.
What?
I've had a couple veterans on. Billy, HB, we had them on, a couple years back. But this one's a little special because this one also, and like you mentioned, if we're wrong, let us know. But this one, he's a national champion. He served in the military, and we believe this is the first time we've had both on air. So Ricardo Almeida from El Paso Las Cruces, our C5 national champ from last year. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate for having me on.
Oh, welcome. And Chris, I'm surprised you didn't say this, that he's also your first national champion.
My first, yes. He's my first. And he's actually the first west of Dallas-Fort Worth. I mean, he knows. He can tell you. I hype it up every event. Whenever we have to announce his name, everybody's national champ. And he has a little, you don't get to see this, Tim, but I make my own cart signs. I don't use the generic ones.
Right.
And on his name, right next to it, says 2025 national champ.
Awesome. Well, that needs to be there in perpetuity.
Oh, it's going to be there as long as he's playing. It's going to be there.
Well, we'll talk about this as we get through the episode. He doesn't miss, so he's going to keep playing.
He does not.
So Ricardo, again, welcome, and let's just get this right out the gate. What did Chris do for you special for winning a national championship? Because a tour director should do something really special for anybody who wins the national championship on their tour. I never won one, so Chris has one up on me. But what did he do special for you?
Special? Well, I mean, he's like he just stated, he gives me a lot of recognition through every tournament and stuff. But I mean, it's just like the cart signs is a cool feature he did this year. Kind of just to look a little bragging right type deal. But I appreciate doing that. But as far as anything special, I mean, I hadn't got.
You didn't take you out for steak dinner or nothing?
Nah, no steak dinner. I was hoping for that. Maybe like out on the West Texas Scrape House out here. And
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
well, I mean, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, he's, it's
You're gonna make me have playing on the tour the rest of the season.
say it.
I said Tim's gonna make me have to step up my game the rest of the season. Throw me under the bus here.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that question. What was I supposed to do? Okay.
No, you did. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You did exactly what you were supposed to call him out.
Yeah, those core values in the Marine Corps, honor, courage, and commitment.
That's it.
It's telling the truth and stuff sometimes. Yeah.
So let's talk about. So you were a Marine, 20-year veteran of the Marines.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that for us. And again, thank you so much for your service. And I know you're in the back room as we brought you in. May is my favorite month of the year because we get to talk to folks like you, who are you're American heroes across the board. Telling your story. So talk a little bit about what you did and your 20 years of service.
So in the Marines, I was an administrator out of Killeen, Texas, Central Texas, out there outside of Austin. I joined in '98, and I went to boot camp in San Diego, and I was an HR guy, administration, stuff like that, legal, and just kind of keeping track of personnel, which was a big deal for the Marines. It is because when you deploy and stuff like that, you have to be able to track all your service members. So I did all that. Went to like 8 different duty stations throughout my whole time. I mean, it was good. I did a couple deployments, Afghanistan, then on ship. I was on a MU. They call it Marine Expeditionary Unit. I was on a LHD. They call it. It's a big aircraft carrier. So did that. I mean, it was good. 20 years went by super quick, but in a nutshell, I was an administration guy. I mean, I did a 3-year stint of recruiting in upstate New York. Recruited for the Marines at the height of the conflict of enduring freedom from 06 to 07 or 06 to 09. So it was a big deal with that. But yeah, it was good.
So what's it like being on the ship for an extended period of time? In terms of not being able to get off and you're just out there.
Oh, it's
for.
Yeah, no, it's good.
30.
I mean, ship. It was. I was out there for 9 months. It was hectic at times. Usually you get breaks when you're on ship. They'll stop somewhere, port somewhere. But yeah, we were in kind of like an operation where we weren't able to dock and for at least I think it was like 3 or 4 months. We were out there for over 90 days without porting somewhere. So yeah, it got a little bit hectic, but ship life it's pretty wild. It's like a little mini city out in the ocean. So you got to kind of make the best of it when you're out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do they handle like resupplying and things like that? I mean, because I don't like it to a cruise ship in any real sense of the word, right? I mean, because you go to a cruise ship, you may be at sea for a day or two. I mean, you're talking if you're out there for 3 months. How do they restock and resupply?
Now it was super cool. I mean, we'd be on ship and literally, moving. We're on the move, and you'd get this other big tanker ship pulling right beside us, and they ran these lines across the ship, and it was kind of neat to see. You had aircraft. It was wild. They're transporting supplies, mail, because that was a big thing for all of us being on ship, getting something from our loved ones back home. But it was kind of neat just to watch and just to kind of view it. I only saw it a couple of times because I was too busy with other stuff, but it was kind of neat to see. Yeah, they literally bring another tanker next to you, right on the move, and they're sending stuff right across lines and stuff, like literally like cabled, wired lines. It's kind of neat to see. Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. Were you out there? Was there any rough seas out there? That was tossing the ships around?
Oh no, yeah, we had some rough. I was on a big aircraft carrier. We went out there in 3 ships. So it was like we had us 2 smaller ships, and then it was us. But yeah, even on our big old aircraft carrier type ship, it was the LHD, like I said earlier, but it was rough at times. You got guys walking around. You get the sea lit. I'm telling you, it's hard. And people are in there puking.
I'm sure.
I didn't experience it. I got a little bit motions here and there, but it wasn't nothing where I was like, I had to go do any puking or anything like that, but it was pretty wild at times. Yeah.
But I guess when it's like that, the aircrafts aren't taking off and landing and that stuff.
No. Yeah, there's certain times, yeah, they wouldn't have aircraft taking off and landing if it was like that bad. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't too. We didn't really have that many times it was that bad, but it got bad at times. Yep.
So where were some of your favorite places that you got to go?
Oh, I mean, favorite places where I was at my duty stations where I was around. I mean, or
Yeah.
or when I was on ship. Yeah. Well, wasn't on ship. We stopped in Hong Kong. We stopped in Singapore. We stopped in, I think, Oman. I think Djibouti, Africa. We were in the Persian Gulf, so we were in Djibouti, Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yemen, we were right around there, but we didn't stop in Yemen. But that's where our operations were leading us and taking us to. But no, Hong Kong was cool. Singapore, I played golf there. I played golf in Hong Kong. It was awesome. And when we ported, that was like later on in our deployment after we kind of everything calmed down and stuff. But yeah, it was well deserved for sure. Yeah.
So when did you actually start playing golf?
I started 2006 actually. I was in it was in Hawaii. When I was stationed there back in Hawaii, and just picked it up. I mean, when you become a staff NCO, which is you know what that is, Tim. It's when you're E6 and above for the Marines at least. As a staff NCO, on Fridays afternoons they're like, hey, let's go golf. And if you didn't know how to golf, you kind of just like, yeah, you go drink and stuff. But I'm a competitive guy. I was an athlete in high school and stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me pick this up. So it was in Hawaii. I was like, let's go. Went out there with some of the guys and I just started falling in love with it. Yeah.
Not a bad place to start, Hawaii.
No.
Exactly. And that's I forgot to mention that. Yeah. Not a bad place to start at all. Yeah. Hawaii is freaking amazing.
So when you were stationed in Hawaii, were you single out there? Were you
No, I was married at the time when I was out there. Yeah, I was married in Hawaii. So not single, but yeah, I was actually married. I was back in, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people that been stationed in Hawaii, whether it's with Marines, whether it's Navy or the Army. And, that's as beautiful as it is, that's really kind of a hard place to be stationed because of how expensive it is out there.
Right.
And, you get some extra BOC, but I mean, it's I don't want to make it sound bad, sound like, Hawaii sucks, but it's not an easy duty station.
No, yeah, it is expensive. They compensated me well out there when I was out there. I mean, it's called BA. Well, you know about BAH and stuff, basic allowance for housing, stuff like that. They allow you they pay you to live out there, so it is good. But no, people can put themselves in debt because they're thinking they're getting more money and stuff like that. But no, so it can be. It was tough. Good thing I was only there for 2 years. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. They call it Ayin fever. If you're there a little over 2 years, you start kind of like, what? I need to go. I need to get out of here. So I was there for the perfect amount of time, I think. But it was a good time. Yep.
That's awesome. When you left there, and you get out in 2018, how'd you end up in El Paso? Because
I was born here. Yeah, right.
Well, where are you? Okay.
Yeah, I was born here, but I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Central Texas, and then my dad was in the military as well. He was in the Army, so we kind of traveled all over the place as well. So I was born here, but maybe before I think I only lived a total of 3 years here before I moved back here in 2018. So yeah, family brought me back here. That was the main reason. I have a young daughter, a 9-year-old, so I wanted her to be close to my mom and stuff, my parents. So that's the main reason. I had bought a house. I was in California before I moved. I was stationed there before I retired. So bought a house there. I thought I was going to stay in Cali, obviously because you can golf there all year round in San Diego. I was out in Temecula. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back home in El Paso when I moved back here. I mean, I would visit time and time when I was in the service, but when I just, you just get closer to family. And then my parents moved to Horizon. I had no idea Horizon even existed. So it's a suburb of El Paso. So I was in Horizon. I'm like, man, there's a golf course right here. Let's do this. So I'll be back here. I'm like, I literally live across the street from the golf course. So it's amazing. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go back and it's good. And you could golf all year round here in El Paso. So it's a good time.
Oh, that's awesome. So if your dad was in the Army, how'd you end up in the Marines?
Just, I mean, I wasn't gonna join the military, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm thankful that I did, obviously, the service, and it's just,
Right.
I love my country, so it's good, and I'm thankful I did it. But I was trying to get scholarships for football and baseball and stuff, so I wasn't gonna join the military. I saw what it did for my father and how it kind of moved him around a lot. I was like, man, there's no stability, right? You're always moving around everywhere. So I told myself, you know what? I need to do something with my life. I'm an athlete. I love competitiveness. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to go join the hardest branch that's out there. And that's why I joined the Marine. I picked the Marines. And it was funny because after I did, my father kind of looked at me like I was crazy. I was already 18. And I came back and I was like, yeah, I went and spoke to the recruiter. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to boot camp in a couple months. And he's like, what? And it threw him off. So yeah, but I'm thankful for it. And I'm thankful and grateful for every bit of it.
That's awesome. I mean, I think, especially if you've got a family history of service, I wouldn't say that it makes it easier to join, but I think you have a bigger sense of duty, and you see it as a path forward. Where, like you said, maybe if you think you should get a scholarship here or there, and it doesn't happen, or if you get there and you go to college and it's not really working out, or you don't like it, it's, I wouldn't say it's an easy path, but you see it as a much easier path, and you know how to make it work because you've kind of lived that life.
Exactly. Yeah, no, and that's
so do you miss anything?
Yeah. About the Marines? Yeah, no, I'm about the military. I do. You know what? It's it's crazy that you say that. I mean, I miss the camaraderie. I miss the guys. I mean, I got Marines of mine that I worked with. I still got buddies of mine. One of my buddies actually is stationed currently in Hawaii. I'm actually going there in July to go visit him and stuff. And I miss the camaraderie piece of it. And that's what the GWAT, that's one thing that drew me to the GWAT. And that's it's the camaraderie piece of it. And Chris knows we got this small group of guys. The GWAT in El Paso's big, and I'm happy for that.
It is.
But that we got this group of us, and it's that feeling I get of the camaraderie piece of the GWAT that I love, man. I mean, it's amazing. So that's what I miss. If your question asking me what I miss about the military, it's hands down the camaraderie, the friendships I built. And I don't miss the hikes and the overnights and the deployments. I don't miss that stuff. But yeah, it's the camaraderie and just the good people I met along the way.
What you said is exactly what's true with Golfweek. It's not the same, but it's kind of the same, right? Because it's
right. Exactly
the seeing the same guys every week, or you go and you make friends, and now you've got somebody to play golf with on Monday or Tuesday or whenever you're going to play.
Right.
You become lifelong friends. So how did you end up joining the tour? Because you started in 2020.
Yeah, no, in 2019 I was, because I lived across the street from Horizon, so I went to Horizon Golf Course and was playing golf all the time. 3 or 4 times a week. And I saw one of these little flyers there at Horizon at the golf course in the pro shop and picked it up. I was like, man, what is this? Signed up. The rest is history. It was off of one of those little flyers in the golf course.
Yeah. So you played 4 times in 2020, but in 2021, you have missed. You've got 119 rounds to date.
Okay, I can't.
In over 5 years. Think about that. So you're playing more than 20 rounds a year, which is more than normal. So let's just say a tour generally has, let's just say 12 to maybe 16 rounds, and you're averaging over 20 rounds a year.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of rounds. I had no idea actually.
That just goes back to.
Tim,
hold on, Chris. Well, hold on, because I'm gonna throw you under the bus here, and then you will. That also means that Chris should be doing something special for you, because you're not only your national champion, but you don't miss. You're somebody that he can count on every week.
To what I was gonna say, one, he also every round competes to where he's on the leaderboard every time. So don't some guys come out and they just go and have fun. He's out there grinding.
That's awesome.
And it's hard to beat him.
Hey, I put the work in. I tried to at least.
But two, when you mentioned the camaraderie with Golfweek, there's him, he has his brother that comes and plays. This group I've seen grown from 4 people to 6 to 8. I think you guys are up to like 14 guys that travel together.
Yeah.
And if one misses, they all miss. So Ricardo, you can't miss any ever again.
No.
What it's like building blocks just falling.
Right. Well, we go to that steak dinner, Chris. You hooked me up with that steak dinner, man. I won't miss. You know what? In the end,
We'll talk. We'll talk it out.
and I'm messing with you. No. In all honesty, Chris runs a good show out here, and I've told him personally one-on-one, and yeah, he runs a good tight ship out here in El Paso, and it's good, and that's what keeps me coming back. Is getting new members, and I think this season we've grown exponentially. It's been good to see what we're looking at this year with the members and stuff like that. So I'm proud of what he's doing, and I've always told him like kudos to him for running a good show out here in El Paso, Las Cruces. So
Yeah. Chris knows this because again we've talked about it. I give him a hard time on a lot of different things, especially the weather. He doesn't like El Paso; it's too hot. But he wants it to be 80 degrees and no humidity, every day, and that's perfect weather for him. But what he's done with El Paso, the way he's grown it, and it's good to see, and it's good to see that his hard work is paying off with you guys. And the not only with members but showing up to tournaments. That's the real key to keep people coming back. The more people you have in tournaments, more people are going to keep coming back to tournaments.
Exactly.
So one last question before we let you go. Since your brother's not on here, who's better, you or your brother?
Oh no. I'm not. I don't know. No, or my brother's actually. He's been playing golf not slightly longer than me. And he's a great player, man. My brother, he definitely plays really well, and he's won many times on tour as well. So I cannot answer that. It's one of those things that kind of. And he was a Marine as well. Like I said, he should have been.
Oh,
he was a Marine as well.
Really?
Yeah. My brother was. Yes, he was. Yeah, he was a Marine 12, 13 years or something like that. Yeah, he did his time and stuff.
God bless
him and all that. What he did as well. Yep.
So that's awesome. Well, make sure you thank him for his service from me, and I appreciate it. But Ricardo, you do have something he doesn't have, and that's that national championship. So
I'm thankful for that. Blessings. Right. Yeah, definitely thankful for that. Appreciate you guys having me on today. Seriously, thank you guys.
Take care of yourself, and we'll see you here in October.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Everybody. Bye-bye. Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Well, Tim, first off, I can't believe you threw me under the bus.
What do you can't believe it?
I can. You're right. I can. I was just glad that I was, as we've talked before, with nationals last year, not being able to play, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I was able to go out there to his course and watch him make his final putt, and be there to celebrate with him and all the sea fighters that were out there. So it was awesome. It was a great thing. I'm super excited for him, and like I said, every time we have to announce his name, whether it's a skin or he's been winning nonstop in B flight now. Everyone make sure to remind him that he's a national champ, which is cool. And him being able to be in Hawaii for a couple of years and serving our country, it just makes it so much better. And he will make sure to talk to you about his military time if you just ask him, which is cool. Like, he's one of the nicest guys we have on our tour.
That's so awesome. And 20 years as a Marine, God bless him, and comes from a military family. Brother's Marine, father retired Army. That's, and being in El Paso with the what base is there?
Fort Bliss.
Is it Fort Bliss? I mean, I'm sure you've got a lot of military members there, and we've talked about this. Sometimes they're there, find out.
Sometimes they're gone.
Sometimes they're gone. real quick, and that's just kind of the life of it. And you know, when you're running a tour that's by a military base, that's just kind of the norm. But
you got to do things a little different, you know.
Yeah.
Especially the guys that are active duty, because they want to play and they want to play every event. But sometimes they got things that come up on that Thursday or Friday afternoon, where it's like, hey, they called me and I can't go.
And nothing I can do.
You got to be able to adjust. You know, you want to give them the best experience you can, and it's great. It's great when you have guys that are, you know, retired and they come back home and they just want to play golf. And I mean, we have a bunch of groups out here, military groups and things of that nature, and we have them come out, you know, try out our tour, and some of them love it, some of them don't. But when we're able to keep them and build stories like Ricardo, Orlando's his brother, it's just awesome to have. And they when they meet another military guy that comes into play as a guest, you know, they just bond with that, and it makes it so much better.
Yeah. Well, we got another really good story coming up.
Yeah.
This is you're going to see why for those that are new to the show, you're going to see why I love May more than anything else, because just a little pre-conversation we had before we even started recording. This guy's he's our people. I mean, you can hear it right away. So let's go ahead and welcome in from the Alabama tour, Jason Sprinkle. Jason, welcome to the show, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite, guys.
Well, first off, thank you so much for your service and sacrifice. Thank you to your family for their service and sacrifice. And, you know, we didn't talk about this with Ricardo, but I do try and mention this every year. People forget that the family sacrifices just as much as the service member does, because they take care of everything at home. They do all the worrying. They take care of the house. They take care of the kids. They take care of the bills. They take care of all those things. So make sure you thank your family for their service.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, just going off that comment, Tim, I appreciate it. You know, having a family supports at home for you is key to be able to do your job. That, speaking of which, that was my wife. That's my family support system. That's perfect timing. Perfect. It's awesome. I mean, just being able to serve 14 active, 10 National Guard, Maryland, West Virginia, and then numerous duty stations on the active side. My passion for golf really it started during my military service, and just being in Germany, of all places. The locals that were there, the German population that we had right off the base, they were hosting golf tournaments, and I had some downtime. I was an MP, so I worked a 5-day schedule, sometimes 6, and I had an extra day, and my family wasn't there during that time, and I was like, I got to start doing something. I got to get out and try to enjoy life a little bit. And I said, I love being outdoors, and they were hosting a golf tournament, and I started playing the course there and playing in some local tournaments, and it was awesome. I even won one. It was like my second or third time I won a tournament, handicap tournament against a lot of good German people that I had met over there, and it just really it hooked me right there.
Yeah.
I said I love tournament golf right from the start. Didn't get to do that as a kid very much. Wasn't very athletic as a kid. It was one of those things that, golf kind of reached out to me and offered me opportunities, and I had the support of my family to pursue those goals these many years, even after when I got out and completed my service in 2022. Having my family there for me to support me throughout it, I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
That's the same as everybody that serves. If you don't have an immediate family while you're serving, your leadership, your NCOs, there's a lot of good officers out there that I've served with that they become part of your family.
Family, yeah.
And, it's really important.
It's huge. And Chris, just so you understand, he says he wasn't really an athlete. He's a A-flight 8.1 handicap.
Well, now.
See?
You mentioned that. It's confidential, guys. This is, I didn't agree to this.
So let's talk about some of your duty stations. You mentioned Germany. Where else were you?
Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Oh, no way. That's where my brother chose.
Yeah.
My brother chose to live there. He lives there now. He's retired, and yeah, thank you. I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna send him that reaction.
Yeah, please do. God bless him, because I met my wife there at Fort Polk, and that was the greatest thing that duty station had to offer me. It was rough, to say the least. When you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm ready, I'm refreshed for the day. It's 5:45 in the morning. I walk out, I break into a sweat that I just stepped out of the shower. I said, this is unnatural. This is not. No, thank you. 18
That's what I'd say when I went to Louisiana.
Yeah, send me somewhere else. That's not me. I'm a northerner from Maryland, so yeah, the Four Seasons was something I was used to for the longest time, and then Louisiana treats you a little bit different. It's a special kind of person that can survive that weather, humidity, brutal.
Yeah, it's. I don't understand. But anyway, when he retired, they bought like 40 acres out there, and he's got plenty of room to hunt, fish, and that's what he likes to do. So obviously it's in our blood, but God bless him. I mean, it's God bless him. I mean,
You got to be born.
That's all you can say.
yeah. Well, Chris was talking about where Ricardo is from. They've got a Walmart. Fort Polk actually has 2 Walmarts now. I don't know if you know that. There's one in Leesville and there's one in DeRidder.
DeRidder, yeah. That's where I lived while I was stationed there in DeRidder.
DeRidder.
That's a rough location too.
That's right. Well, he's got a DeRidder address, so that's
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, the first plane out of there from Louisiana was Germany, and I took it. I took it, brother. I say, give me them 30-degree, 3-foot snowstorms in Germany in the Autobahn. I said, I'll take it. I'll take it. But look at me now. I'm in Alabama, so I'm what do you call it? A hypocrite? Something.
I tell you.
I don't know.
Yeah, but where you are in Alabama is not so bad. I mean, because I lived in Mobile for a while, and Mobile is, well, I live just outside of Mobile in Daphne. It's nice there, but like you said, it's that humidity. And I spent a summer there one year in a little tiny efficiency where it had a Murphy bed came out of the wall. It was a little tiny half kitchen and a bathroom, and with no air conditioner. Yeah, that was not my most favorite summer ever. So, but yeah, it's bad there. So where else were you? Give me something good. I mean, Germany's good. Louisiana, not so much.
Well, I mean, the Pentagon, but I can't talk about that.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's the worst part. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. It's a great place for senior leaders, officers that are pursuing their career and working at the Pentagon is just one of those things I get to check off the box as far as military career and what I've done. And I got to see some awesome things, and it was really a great experience. But after almost a year and a half there, a little over a year and a half, it was time to go. That's not a long-term type. You settle down location. Fort Rucker here, it is a great location, I think, for me and my family. That's why we settled down here. But I mean, I've been to Fort Leonard Wood, and I've spent many years there with just training soldiers, teaching, and going through schooling out there. And Missouri, I'd say, is my second best place. And
Okay.
It's just I love the area out there, Fort Leonard Wood.
Yeah. Yeah. So talk a little bit about what your MSs were. I mean, you told us you were field artillery, MP.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, it started out serving in the National Guard, and back when I joined in '94, graduated in '95. My graduation date at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, was the day of the Oklahoma City bombing.
Oh my goodness.
That was a rough graduation day. They almost locked the base down. I actually left the base about, I think, 10 to 15 minutes prior to they locked the entire facility down. So I started out there in the National Guard, and then out of Maryland, and did field artillery for the. I loved it. Field artillery is the greatest. Anybody that's done that it understands that. That's the camaraderie you find amongst people that do field artillery is one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for a long time. Then I got out, went to college, then came back in MP at a National Guard unit in West Virginia, and did a couple years there. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of running from it. It's time for active duty, and went active duty. 14 years. So I mean, it's been such a great. I got an opportunity to go into Eastern Europe. Not many people get a chance to do that. I got typecast as a law enforcement guy. That's pretty much been my primary focus throughout my career. On the active side was law enforcement, being an MP, and I really loved it. It met so many tremendously great people, traveled all around. But the biggest, the furthest I've ever been was in the Eastern Europe. So that was pretty cool. And then I took a vacation to Ireland. Didn't take my golf clubs though. That was a big mistake. Yeah, big mistake.
Well, there's still other stuff to do in Ireland besides play golf, but that's all right.
Yeah, I did the tour. I didn't go to Northern Ireland. I stayed away from there, but I went to the Cliffs of Moher. That was awesome.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Went down south, Southern Ireland, and then I did the 3-day tour of Dublin. I may have drank too much.
Maybe. Well, we don't have to talk about that either.
That's possible, yeah.
I think I quit drinking after Ireland. I think that's when I sobered up. It was like, you know what? That's enough of that.
I understand. Oh my goodness, that's great. So what are you doing now that you're out?
Well, now that I'm out, I had a great opportunity to help begin being a part of my kid's life. His name's Luke Sprinkle. He's 2 years old in a couple months, and he is just awesome. I've had a chance to be a father. I haven't been able to do that with any of my other kids. Like I said, I've had 5 kids, and I haven't really been a stay-at-home dad or been a dad that's been around because I've been, gone all the time, whether it be job or military. It's always had me gone. So I've really just taken some, a little over a year and a half to just be a stay-at-home dad and be a part of his life. And then I delved into private investigations and some other side work. But my true passions in life is trying to play golf. And unfortunately, I can't make a living off this tour. I'm not good enough. But my God, I mean, the opportunities are there, gentlemen. I can't say it enough. And let me take a minute just to explain. I've been on 2 other tours, and I'm not going to mention them because I don't want to speak ill about them. But I tell you right now, this by far is the best tour that I've been on. And I like to, put some credit out there to all the guys that I've met in Alabama, but a lot of guys from other states that travel and play in these tournaments, just top tier quality players. I've never had an issue with anybody. It's 99% just genuine, kind people, and the other 1% are just super competitive. They are just out to win the trophy, and they don't care. It's like the Rory treatment, talking to not talking his Sunday partner, whoever he's teeing off with. There's no conversation. You just hey, how you doing? And that's about all you get out of them. Yeah. But that's fine. And I'm very passionate about golf, and I love to be competitive, but I find it difficult not to talk with the people around about doing it. How do you just shut that mouth? They don't exist, and you sit your side. I haven't learned that yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn it one day. But honestly, who wants to do that? If have a conversation.
Yeah.
Have a joke. Something.
Yeah, but just don't go to the other side, because now I love our guys, but there are some guys that are talking while they're swinging, while they're swinging. They're talking while they're swinging. They're still talking. They're still talking. Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I was like, I sit there like, how do they do that?
I don't know. I used to play with a guy who would be cussing in his backswing before he even hit the ball, just cussing it. He's hadn't even hit the ball yet. Those are the fun guys. Those are the fun guys to really play with and have a good time with.
Yeah, I mean, you see these guys on Sundays on TV, and they get upset as soon as they hit a shot, and you're wondering, oh my, it must go in the water. It's gonna, it lands on the green 15 feet from the hole, and he's upset. These guys get upset for that. I'm like, no, that's.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'm thinking, God, I made it on green.
Now, I'll still 3-putt for bogey from there. I mean, I can still make bogey.
Yeah, exactly. There's some positives to find in this, you know. My God. But I don't know. Different kind of players, different level. But I tell you, on the amateur side, and gentlemen, I've been around for a while. This is the best thing going that I've seen. I haven't had the pleasure of going to the Nationals. I had an invite last year. I was fortunate enough to stay competitive and in B flight, got bumped up to A, and I've only played 1-2 days so far, and I'm searching for something I ain't found. The winter hasn't been kind to me. It's been difficult during the winter, if we call winter in Alabama thing anyway, but yeah, it's been a weird off season, and I'm still searching. I think, everybody's still searching for something.
Yeah, I tell Chris all the time, it's still early. I mean, it's May now, when this comes out, but you don't want to be peaking until end of September, early October anyway. So you still got plenty of time. You still compete, and you talk about Scott Parker does a great job, and we had him on a couple weeks ago, and I forgot. I don't know if I forgot or just didn't know how good of a job that he's doing. I didn't know he had a senior tour. That's how much I was, but Scott does a great job, and I love talking to him and all you guys. So what's been your favorite moment from being on tour?
All right. I see if I can say this right. I think it's Silver Lakes. It's in northern Alabama. It's a Robert Trent Jones course. I believe it's Silver Lakes. And I've played a whole bunch down here in Dothan area, the Robert Trent Jones down here, Highlands. And I've never been up to Silver Lakes. He had a 2-day tournament up there, and I went up there with zero expectations, really not knowing the course. It's in the name. There's plenty of water out there.
Yep.
I really just had an out of body experience, and just played my best golf, competitively, and I was able to come away with the trophy up there, and I think I ended up shooting like +8 or +9 overall for a 2-day, which, for me at that time, was life altering, because I never expected to be able to do that. I had won tournaments before that, but that 2-day tournament is such a challenge to an amateur golfer. I don't know if you guys had experience like with that level of, you got to be, and being older, your body doesn't recover that fast. So you're going to bed 8 o'clock after a tournament, and everybody's on the group chat out having a good time at the local casino, and you're like, I'm back.
No, sorry, dude, I got to go to bed. I got to lay down.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the greatest experiences. And then I'd say the second, and this was, just being a part of the Ryder Cup team this past year. Gentlemen, I've never done that in my life. That was getting the invite for that, finishing second place in my flight. It was an honor to go out there and be a part of the Ryder Cup. You have to experience it first. A lot of people, that are points chasing, they get that opportunity yearly. But in order to kind of be an outsider and work your way into that spot with a lot of work, it was such a great opportunity. And I got partnered with a great teammate, and we won our group, and Alabama ended up taking the entire thing. So it was such a great experience, and we got a shirt out of it. So I mean, free merch.
There you go.
Hey, free merch, guys. Come on.
Well, Chris, you can show him your belt. You got your belt handy?
I don't have it right next to me, no, but we have a Ryder Cup against Arizona, and we have a championship belt that is wearable. And if you follow our Instagram, we're posting every event we go to. It went out there to Hilton Head for the icebreaker. Yep, some pictures there. It's about to travel out of the country, actually, and get some pictures in the next coming weeks. So
That's awesome.
we like to brag when we win, for sure.
You gotta flex. You gotta flex a little bit.
I think Arizona's tired of me now, but yeah, I like to brag. But then when they win it, they get their revenge. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I think that's what you got to do.
Good
It
life
happens.
anyway.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Thank you for your service, and make sure you get to Hilton Head, because if you had fun in the Ryder Cup, national championship it's a great week. Great week.
Yeah. I got to put in the work, gentlemen. Got to put in the work to get the honor to go. So I'm definitely going to do my best.
Hopefully I'll see you there.
All right, buddy. You take care of yourself. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's gotta be fast and gotta be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
Tim, again, Jason, awesome guy. Like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this episode, just the conversations we have offline makes you really like these guys. And I mean, he's family. Right now, he's family first.
Yep.
And that's just awesome, For the listeners, we started a little bit late, but because he had to put his kid to bed, and that was going to be number one priority. Let me put my kid to bed, and then I'll get on these interviews. And for these military guys, that a lot of them miss a lot of their kids and family time because they're out stationed or whatnot. Just to be able to hear that he's able to enjoy that now is just cool. And I mean that he had funny stories. It was great to meet him. First time I'm meeting him. But this is why we love this month, because we get to meet guys that I don't want to say live two lives, but they kind of did, especially if they were stationed overseas and couldn't bring their family with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard, when you're stationed overseas. So like my brother, he was stationed in Korea, and his family was over, and his wife and kids, my sister-in-law and nieces and nephews were here.
Right.
When he was stationed, in global war on terror.
Right. I mean, and you got to remember too, when they're stationed overseas, it's a different time zone.
Yeah.
So it's not like they can pick up at 5 p.m. and they're getting ready for dinner. Like it's all different times. So like he mentioned, there's always somebody that can be a family support.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're overseas. Find somebody that can be there for you. If you feel lost or depressed or whatnot, find somebody. There's always somebody there that can help you out. And I mean, he was just all smiles.
Yep.
Which was awesome.
It was great. was great. Yeah. And again, this is why I love this month so much, because we number one, you learn so much about what other people are doing. We've talked to, we talked to Robbie Robinson a couple years ago, and Terry Lawson brought him up in the last episode. He was stationed on a submarine. You just learn a little bit about what life on submarines like. You're talking to Ricardo about what's it like being on an aircraft carrier.
Right.
I didn't want to tell Jason that I've got some experience with MPs, not the good kind, but we know what that's like.
Right. I mean, and we've had guys too that like how he mentioned he worked at the Pentagon. Period.
Mhm.
Can't say anymore.
That's it.
And those are cool because I mean, you can imagine what those stories are.
Yeah.
And we'll never know. It'll be
Yeah.
a mystery.
So Cephas works at the Pentagon, and he's retiring. So he's retiring. He obviously retired from the Air Force, and he's retiring from his job at the Pentagon in coming up in June. So thanks for that, Cephas.
Are they gonna let him bring all his monitors with him?
No. Oh God, no.
I'm pretty sure he has as many monitors as he has iPads on his cart.
Oh, easy. He's probably got a whole wall of them. But I'd love to get him one before the end of the year and honor him and thank him for that as well too. But there's so many great stories out there, and I'm just glad that we get an opportunity to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I kind of want to throw that out there. This is a month that we, give them the recognition, but don't, for our listeners, if you want to be on, don't feel like it has to be in this month,
right?
Either, because you all deserve the highest recognition for putting your lives out there and giving the sacrifice that you guys do. So, please, like Tim said, reach out to us. We'll find the time to get you on, and love to hear your all story.
Absolutely. Now, on the flip side of that, we got some sad news over the weekend, and
unfortunately,
if y'all remember, it's 2 years coming up, almost to the day. It was early. I think the episode was early June 2 years ago, where we had.
I thought it was last year.
No, it was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Gaines Beard passed away last week, unexpectedly, and we've outside. When you take out the month of May, and you and I have talked about this because he was in my tops when we had our 50 episode.
50 episode.
That's one of my favorite episodes was talking to Gaines and about his book, about his escapades as a PGA golfer, and it's sad that he died unexpectedly. I was hoping to get him back on for our 100th episode that we've got coming up here real soon. You and I haven't talked about that, but when I sent that text and I told you I was thinking about that's one of the things I was thinking about was planning for that episode. And
yeah, I mean, it's life is so precious. I mean, anything can happen, and unfortunately we got the news. A lot of guests that we get, Dennis will see the scores or see a hole in one, or he sees it all. And he'll tell, put these guys on here, which is awesome because it shows, one, that he's listening to us, two, and that he cares about what we're doing. And that was one that he recommended because it was a good friend of his, and it was a great episode, a great book. If you haven't read it, please, take a look at it. Find a local bookstore or online or whatnot. But it was. For just meeting him on the podcast, it was still a little sad to hear the news.
Yeah, the book's called Chasing a Dream by Gaines Beard. Chasing a Dream. Get it on Amazon or wherever books are sold. But it's great book. Lots of really good stories. I mean, some of them, as you're reading them, and then you get to the point of the story, and you think, "Wow, that's amazing." And some of the things that he did, but prayers out to Gaines's family, and that's that.
Yeah, it's it's things that we don't want to talk about, but I feel for our listeners that they deserve to hear.
Yeah.
The guests we have. I can't. Like I said, I couldn't believe it was 2 years ago already. I thought it was just last year. Shows how many guests we've had on here, and how much fun we're having, you and me.
Exactly. So
I don't even want to end on the bad news.
no, we don't want to do that. But I think this is episode 95, so we've got 100 coming up here real soon.
That's like my golf scores recently.
Oh, come on.
No, I have some good news. I went out and played for fun. Just wanted to go out
Okay.
there, have a good time. Some friends I haven't seen in a while. Shot a 79
Okay.
and started with four straight bogeys.
Good.
So,
So you recovered?
I've healed some wounds, figured out some things, and it just makes me like, you can either take it as serious as you want and not be prepared to make changes, or you can go out there and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went there and had fun and didn't even really care. And, it's like hole 16, 15, and you're like, wow, I'm having a good round. Like, I haven't said bogey much. I've said a lot of pars. So, I have a tournament coming up at Horizon, which is a course that I put on the schedule because the guys like, but I don't like it. And excited to see what happens.
Well, that's the one that Ricardo was talking about, isn't it? Horizon?
Yep. He plays there every week. Probably twice a week.
Let's see here. I just pulled up your point standings here. Man. Ricardo's got almost 500-point lead on Jordan. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's won twice. He won a major, and then he just won our last event.
Man.
That'll do it.
Well, you win a major. I mean, that's
big time.
yeah. That's awesome.
If that RJ Belk continues his great play, we might have to get him on. He's a junior in high school, I believe.
What place he in?
Champ fight.
Why don't we just get him on?
We could. After May.
Yeah, after May. After May. Man. Wow. Him and Marshall Daniel are, man.
Marshall Daniels, another military guy I have.
Yeah, phew. You got some pretty good, heck, your top three are all minus handicaps.
Yes, sir.
You got to get them out to Hilton Head.
I might just have to rent a bus and everybody load up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Charter bus.
Either that or, have Gabe stop the van as he's passing through. Ugh. I don't know how he does that, but God bless him. Anyhow. So what do you got going on?
That's it, man. Just, grinding
You
through
got-
it.
You got a light month in May.
I do. Mother's Day happened to fall in May, like it always does.
Mm-hmm.
So, nothing we can do about that, but I got that major set up. And, with May, here at least, it's a lot of graduations, high school graduations, college
Okay.
graduations. so turnouts kind of are lower than normal. And with me being a family guy first, I'd rather you go to your family's graduation than come play a tournament with us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's just me. So kind of give the guys a little break. Maybe I'll get some tee times. We can go out there and play around on one of these off days. But then, once I have that major, it's nonstop every 2 weeks. Nonstop. And we're traveling to Tupac.
Okay.
I'm going to come back with a trophy on that one. That's my
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make.
Come back with
Yeah,
a trophy.
I'm not gonna be able to make it out to that one because you know that next grandchild is due right around that time.
Eh.
But I do need to get out to I need to get out there. Now, here's the other thing, and I'm glad I pulled up the calendar.
Okay.
Okay. We're not going to forget Mother's Day.
No.
So we're going to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day because this episode comes out May 4th. Mother's Day is May 10th.
Ah.
So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Jen, I know you're listening. We didn't forget this time.
Did not forget.
So don't get mad at us. But yes, all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for taking care of the kids while the guys are out playing, and all the mothers that do come out to play. God bless you, because we know you have a lot on your plate.
Bring more mothers out.
Bring your mother's group out.
Absolutely. All right, my friend. Well, enjoy your couple days off.
You too.
Dude, I'm excited. Haven't seen the kids since Christmas.
I mean, they FaceTime you all the time, though.
Yeah. That's different. Played on the swings with them the other day. FaceTime was.
I know. I've traveled with you. I've seen it. I've seen we're at dinner and surprisingly you won't eat if they call. You'll answer that phone call.
That's right. That's right. They come first, man.
Yes, sir.
So I we got Girl Scout cookies a couple months ago, and for whatever reason, she didn't buy her own self Girl Scout cookies, and she got upset. And I said, "I'll bring you some Girl Scout cookies." So I have actually saved 2 boxes of Girl Scout cookies without eating them for 2 months.
Which flavor?
I've got the peanut butter ones and the coconut ones.
Boo.
Both those are my favorites.
No, you gotta go with Thin Mints.
Well, Thin Mint's gone, but
Here's the trick with Thin Mints. All right, if you can find a box before you go, get a box. Throw them in the freezer. Okay. Leave them there for a day. When you take them out, you put a little bit of whipped cream on top. Put another one on top. Best thing you'll ever have. You'll never get any other flavor besides that.
it's the best thing I've ever had. I will try it because, I mean, why wouldn't I?
Right.
This could be hard pressed to be the best thing I ever had.
We'll talk once you try it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Those things don't last. Once they pull them out of the freezer, it's gone. But the key is you have to put them in the freezer, though. They have to be cold.
Will I break my tooth off on it, or?
No, you won't. They're still soft.
Okay. I'll do it.
Never, you'll thank me. Thank me later.
You know I'll do it. I mean, if it comes to food and something that's actually good.
When you do it, I want Jen to record your reaction.
Okay.
And send it to me.
All right. Oh, that reminds me. By the way, I asked my brothers for the pictures of Bozo the Clown.
Uh-huh.
So he says he does not know where they are, but he will look for them.
Nice.
So
there's that.
It's gonna be a great month.
That's funny. All right, my friend. Best to the family.
Likewise.
You take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Be safe.